Good morning, everyone, and once again, welcome to Mornings with Marilyn. I'm always so honored to have everybody join in and sharing with your friends. I woke up this morning with the scripture in my heart, John 3:16. I'm sure you know it very well. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should never perish, but have everlasting life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that through him, through Jesus, the whole world might be saved. And why did God do that? Because he so loved the world. He so loved you and me. Did you ever wonder, what is that little word so? He so loved us. It could have just said God loved the world. It said, for God so loved the world. The word means to such a great extent. In other words, God's love for you and me, it's unconditional. Nothing will ever separate us from his love. It's never ending. And it's immeasurable. It's off the chart. It's to such an extent that you can't even measure it. He so loved us. One time when I was, I used to live in Switzerland and I was doing a pioneer work, and I still go back there every year. But one of my Bible school students worked at a bakery, and they always supplied the baking goods for a restaurant that's on top of this, way up on the mountains, way up by the top ski lift. And she asked if I would like to go up there with her, and she would introduce me to the owner of the restaurant. And I said, sure, that would be nice. So we got up there, and he was there, and she introduced me, and she said, this is Marilyn November. She's a missionary from America. And he said to me, and he looked, and he said, a missionary? A missionary? What are you doing in Switzerland? Don't you know you should be in Africa? Thinking that, well, people in Switzerland don't need God. They're doing very well, but poor people in Africa, he's thinking I ought to be in Africa, not in Switzerland. And I smiled and I said to him, I said, well, when was the last time somebody told you that God loved you? And he kind of took a step back and he said, well, nobody's ever told me God loved me. And I smiled and I said, well, that's why I'm here. He just melted. He was always, from that point forward, always so nice to me. So nice. Sometimes people just need to be told that they're loved by God. And I'm telling you that today, no matter what you're going through, you are so loved by God, and he will never leave you. He will never forsake you. He will never abandon you. And he so desires for us to commune with him, to talk to him, spend quiet time with him, because he so loves us. He desires to fellowship with us. So be encouraged today that you are loved by God, and his love for you is unconditional, never ending. It's off the charts. It's immeasurable. And nothing will ever separate you from his love. Thank you for joining me today. Bye for now.